variables, you just start with accounts is not related with one object. If I want to just know how many total accounts are there, I do not need to create an object. I simply directly can use this class and say bank account dot total accounts is equal to whatever we want to. Like I want to display a message box or whatever. So when we use static, we do not need to create an object, and that construct, whether it is a variable, a method, or class, represents the entire class properties, not only associated with the object. So this is the purpose of the static. When for the first time you started programming here, you used first method as static void main. You remember? In the console application you had the main method. That was static. Static void main. This means that that main method is static, so it does not need to create an object. And we did not create an object, we just start writing code inside, if you remember. Is it clear? So, this is the concept. The entire concept is this. Things don't fix in mind sometimes. Things fix in mind only when you do it. This is the problem. I can spend here 20 is less, 100 hours of teaching you how to swim or how to fly. Okay, you can become a pilot just with 100 hours of continuously speaking by me here and explaining how the plane, this is the forces, you should do this, and you will be pilots, right?
No.
This is the problem. You have to sit in the pilot seat. Okay? So then it will be just 1 or 2 times. Then you will be flying. No worries. You have to break the ice, sit, make mistakes, no problem. Okay. Yes, any question?
If I make like a static integer for total account, and I want to make it like a loop, so it's show repeating. How I can make that in the main or in the class?
In the main.
In the main.
You want, I didn't get your point that why you put a loop. You want to say that it will, every time it will increase when new account is created.
Every time an account
is created, total account increases.
It will appear like a message box or anything.
Okay, you want a message box in that one. So you will put this code of the message box inside the constructor of the class. Here you will create a constructor of the class. What is a constructor? Constructor is just like a method, like a deposit, withdraw. It is a special method that has the same name as the name of the class. So it is a constructor. So what is the purpose of the constructor? That it is automatically executed whenever you create the object. When you create the object, it is executed. So what will happen when you will create the object? So his code will execute in the constructor. Inside that one, he can put a message, account is created or whatever, so it will automatically display. And he can also update the static variable total accounts. So it will increase every time. Okay. So it is important to understand the concept of constructor, static, okay, how the class and objects work for your exam and for your quiz. Okay. Then you must know how to generate random numbers, how to use combo box, because all these concepts will be tested in your exam. Okay. Anything from here? All okay?
Sure.
Okay. So, what is the difference between public and private? public and private.
What way?
Sorry?
In programming?
No, and you can talk about anything, public and private.
Private only.
It's the same concept. A public property and a private property.
Same.
Okay, a public transport and the private transport. A public plane and the private jet.
Private is a personal thing.
Yes.
Public, everyone can.
Anyone can, yes. So same goes here. A public class or a private class. A public method or a private method. A public variable or a private variable. So if it is a variable, is a private, which means
You can't use
only
unless you are in the
within the class you can access that one, not from outside the class. Okay. Good. Perfect. Okay, so I don't think so that any of these concepts here are not covered. Okay. Instance, if you don't know this term, we have used it. Instance, whenever we create an object, that object is called instance. One instance, second instance. So it is the object created from the class. Okay? So that is what we call instance. Okay? And this process of creating an object from a class is called instantiation. Number 3. What is instantiation? Is the process of creating an object from the class. Whenever we create an object from the class, it is called instantiation. This means that we are creating an instance of the object from the class. Okay? If you remember this, at least 1 mark will be there in the exam. If you remember, someone will forget, I know. History tells me the story. You're not the first student, first semester. So, okay. What else? So all the things in this program we have covered. Okay, nothing is left. We have made it actually. Okay. Okay, what is encapsulation? We have talked about this one very early, encapsulation. When we make some of the variables as public or private, this thing is called encapsulation. We make it private, so we want to hide it from the environment. So we put it in some capsule, so we encapsulate it. So that by mistake or things cannot change. Like a balance, we hide it from the outside, so that no one can change the balance from outside. So this is called encapsulation.
So it's only for the private?
As a basic concept, yes, but there are many or more features of the encapsulations. But for the time being, for you guys, I think it's sufficient to know that this thing is encapsulation. As a concept, encapsulation is that the properties and methods of an object are contained inside that object. Okay. Like your hair color. Where is your hair color? On you, within your object.
Yes.
Okay, it is not like your hair, okay, this is his hair color, this is his eyes color. So these properties and your actions, all things of you are within your capsule. So this is encapsulation. So when we create a class, all the properties and methods are encapsulated within that class. Whether you want to expose those things or not, this is your encapsulation strategy. Whether you want to show your hair color or not, you cover it or not. Whether you want to show your balance property or not, so these are your strategic decisions. Okay. Encapsulation. So just finding anything that could confuse you here or there. So just explain those things. Constructor, you know, instance, you know, static, main, so they are all similar kind of a program. In some of the questions here, you have to make more than one classes. Okay? It's almost exactly the same. Okay, here for example, you have to create two classes. Store and product. So how will you do it? How to create store class? How to create a class?
Public class.
Okay. So here's public, whatever class. Store. This is one class, store. Similarly, you will create product class. Okay, so that will be separate file, stored separately. And then properties of these classes will stay here, properties of other classes will stay inside. When you want to create an object from the store class, like store 1, store 2, store 3, you will use this. When you want to create product class, you will product 1, product 2, product 3. Now these two classes or objects are multiple stores. You have multiple stores, okay? And inside every store you have multiple products. So these products can interact with each other. Like if you are dealing with inventory handling, so you can store like 1,000 products in store 1, different types of 1,000 products in store 2. So all these things, just having these two classes, store and product, you can manipulate store and product and inventory house kind of a thing. You can make such system. Okay. Okay, just as a concept, if you have to create random products, okay, for example, you have to create 1,000 products, okay, 1,000 products, and all those products, like their IDs are generated randomly. How can you do it? For loop. Okay, for I is equal to 1 to 1,000, next. And inside that loop, what will be there? Random. Yes. And how to create objects? Yes, simply like
static.
Product, my product is equal to new product. Or you can store those products in an array, okay, and assign the ID randomly. Product.id is some random number. Next time loop comes, a new ID is generated. So you have generated 1,000 random products. Okay, you assign them randomly in some store. Like assign these 1,000 products in store 1, then generate another 1,000, put them in store 2. So imagine that this way, just by 2 loops, using a simple random thing and a class, you have created an inventory handling store where you can generate huge number of products, putting them in stores, and now you can analyze them. If you have some more data, you can have some statistics to analyze. So this is how you start building the systems. Okay? University and student class, for example. Again, here you can generate 500 students, put them in industrial engineering, generate 400 students, put them in mechanical engineering. Okay, so you can create a university class, you can create 6 to 8 departments, create like 1,000 to 2,000 students, and hence create a registration system or something. And just to test them, you can generate random values, so testing system. Okay. So So I want to give you this concept because you need to build the systems. Think from the system point of view. So that is why I said that things are very simple. Okay, we have okay, we don't have a class this week.
Yes.
This is the last class of the week.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we have a change here for your exam. You already know, I know. How it was silent. Like that. Even think of that.
Just waiting for you to
Yes,
say.
yes, immediately when they left yesterday, okay, it's done. Class has been done. We have finally captured the doctor's and his statements that okay. Yes. But you're very smart. You kept silent. I talked a couple of times, okay, there will be quiz, this is that. You kept silent. I know. Okay, so your quiz will be on 28th now, and the quiz will be program, okay? And your exam will be on 2nd of November.
2nd of November.
Friday? It's Saturday?
Saturday. Yes, Saturday.
Sunday?
And from 7th, there's a 1 week break.
Yeah, that after the week we have.
This is a week break, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me think. So,
Think 3.
3rd of November is fine, I think. 3rd of November. You have class with me on Sunday?
Yes, only Sunday. Yes.
The other section has no class. Okay.
So we either have it first or then.
The quiz will be on 28th in the class. The exam will be on Sunday, but let me confirm with the other coordinator. I want to have this exam at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. on Sunday.
On Sunday, 1 p.m.
So both classes combined, Sunday 1 p.m.
Well, yes.
I think it's too hard because you have another class.
You have a class at 1 p.m.?
Yes.
That's
Maybe
good.
3.
2 p.m.?
It's good.
Static.
Until 2:15.
2 or 3 is good.
The class will finish by 2?
Yes.
3 is good. I
3
think.
is good. Sunday 3.
Or 2.5.
2.5.
Okay, so let me fix it. But somewhat it will be in the afternoon, okay?
Okay, doctor, about the quiz, it will be the same as this
Yes.
sheet?
Yes, it will be similar.
And the sheet. 6.
Yes, the exam. Okay? It will be on 28th in the class.
It will be 2 quizzes, like 2 quizzes.
Yes, the grades will be like this. One big quiz, so you have to make it. Okay.
The same.
Let me-
حتى لو